I'm Richard Clarke. I record these talks every day as a way to deepen my inquiry. Listen each day and deepen your own practice. Welcome. I'm reviewing and commenting on the book Talks with Sri Ramana Maharshi. Today is from Talk 620, Part 2. The devotee complains that the self is not pointed out. Maharshi, a man wants to know what he is. He sees animals and objects around him. He is told, "You're not a cow, not a horse, not a tree, not this, not that," and so on. If again the man asks, saying, "You have not said what I am," the answer will be, "It is not said, you are a man." He must find it out for himself that he's a man. So you must find out for yourself what you are. You are told you are not this body, nor the mind, nor the intellect, nor the ego, nor anything you can think of. Find out what truly you are. Silence denotes that the questioner is himself, the self that is to be found. In a Swayamvara, the maiden goes on saying no to each one until she faces her choice, and then she looks downward and remains silent. In this dialogue, the questioner is frustrated that the self has not been clearly pointed out. Sri Ramana Maharshi responds by showing that the answer cannot be given in the way the questioner expects. Instead, it must be discovered directly. The Maharshi begins by using a simple example. If someone asks what they are, you might begin by eliminating what they are not. You are not a cow, not a horse, not a tree. While this method rules out certain possibilities, it does not immediately reveal what they are. Yet, Ramana points out that this process naturally leads to the truth. The person can recognize that since none of these things describe them, they must be something else, a human being. The key point is that self-recognition happens when the false identifications are set aside. The Maharshi applies the same logic to the search for the self. You are told you are not the body, nor the mind, nor the intellect, nor the ego. All these identities are things you can observe or describe, and none of them is your true nature. By rejecting each of these layers, what remains is the self. The mistake is expecting the self to be pointed out as if it were just another object. The self is not something separate that can be named or defined. It is your own awareness, the presence that remains when all false identities are let go. Ramana's reference to silence is especially important. Once you have set aside everything that is not you, there is nothing more to describe. The silence that follows is not empty. It reveals that you are already that awareness, that beingness itself. This is why the Maharshi compares it to the ancient tradition of Swayamvara, where a bride rejects each suitor until she recognizes the one she chooses. At that moment, she lowers her eyes and remains silent. There is no need for word because the truth is known directly. Ramana Maharshi's message is that the self is not something distant or mysterious. It's what you are at the deepest level, already present before any thoughts, identities, or labels arise. By setting aside what you are not, you come to recognize what has always been there, your own self. So know yourself and be always free and at peace. In 40 verses on reality, Ramana Maharshi explains the nature of the self, the ultimate reality, and self-inquiry. My new book, with my comments and inquiry questions, opens these teachings up and brings them into your practice and experience. Available now from Amazon. Link in the video description. These videos bring Ramana's teachings into your direct experience. Click subscribe to see more. Click thumbs up to like, and send questions and start a dialogue with a comment.